Hello my dear student. In earlier video, we learned about monopoly and oligopoly with its features. Now, we are continuing the chapter number 5, forms of market, with the new competitive market, that is monopolistic competition. Now, let me begin with the meaning and definition of monopolistic competition. See here, monopolistic competition is very realistic in nature. Student, we can really observe this particular situation of this market in reality. We can observe it, we can experience it. In this market, there are some features of perfect competition and some features of monopoly acting together. Student, see, when we are seeing the combination of perfect competition and monopoly, means there is the competition among the large numbers of sellers, and even though they are enjoying the monopoly for their product, that particular market is known as monopolistic competition. Professor E.H. Chamberlain coined this concept in his book Theory of Monopolistic Competition, which was published in 1933. So, his book is famous as Theory of Monopolistic Competition. Now, according to Chamberlain, monopolistic competition refers to competition among a large numbers of sellers producing clothes but not perfect substitute. What is the meaning of this? The same way, there are the large numbers of sellers who is competing with each other, right? They are producing the same product, but they are not producing perfect substitute. They are producing close substitute. Hmm? Here it means that large numbers of sellers is having competition among them, right? They are producing not homogeneous product but slightly differentiated product, but they are close substitute to each other. This is the meaning of this particular definition. Now let's learn about features of monopolistic competition. First feature is fairly large numbers of sellers. Second, fairly large numbers of buyers. Third, product differentiation. Fourth, free entry and exit. 5. Selling cost. 6. Close substitute. 7. Concept of group. These are the features of monopolistic competition. Let's have a look of first feature, that is fairly large numbers of sellers. As we learn in meaning and definition, we understood that in monopolistic competition, large numbers of sellers competing with each other. Hmm? They are large in number but comparatively less than that of perfect competition. Due to this reason, sellers' behavior is like monopoly. Hmm? So here, every entrepreneur or every seller is enjoying the monopoly of his own product, and there are large numbers of sellers in the market, right? Now next one is fairly large numbers of buyers. In this market, there are fairly large numbers of buyers. Consequently, no single buyer can influence the price of the product by changing his individual demand. Here, an individual consumer is not responsible to change the price of the product. Hmm? The large numbers of buyers are considerably influence the price of product. Now, third feature is that product differentiation. See student, here every producer try to make his product differently. Okay, he present his product in different manner. Hmm? So here they can do their product differentiation by making the differentiation in the form of their brand names, in the form of trademark, in the form of packaging, in the form of shape, quality, cover, design, colors, etc. This means that the product of a firm may find close substitute and its cross elasticity of demand is very high. For example, mobile handset, cold drinks. I have shown you one more example, that is the chips, right? We can see the numbers of companies who are producing the chips, but uh, every packet is having the different texture, different shape, different size of the packet is in the form of, it can be seen in the market. Okay, so here product differentiation, I think it is very clear to you. Everyone tries to make his product very differently and present his product very differently. Okay, so every producer producing a particular product, hmm, which is slightly different from each other, but they are close substitute. So here I give the example. Every company is producing the wafer, but texture of the wafers, packets of the wafers, coloring, shape, everything is going to be different. Okay, and we observe it in our daily life also. Okay, so product differentiation is clear. So let's have a look on next feature, that is free entry and exit. Under monopolistic competition, there is a freedom of entry and exit. That is, new firms are free to enter into the market if there is profit. Similarly, they can leave the market if they find it very difficult to survive. So it is totally depend on a producer. If he wants to enter into the particular production, he can enter. If he want to exit from the market, he can exit. इसका मतलब क्या है, कोई भी सेलर मार्केट में कभी भी आ सकता है और कभी भी मार्केट से बाहर जा सकता है. उसको अगर लगे कि मुझे प्रॉफिट मिलेगा तो वो मार्केट में एंट्री कर सकता है. उसको अगर लगा कि मैं ये कंपटीशन में प्रॉफिट नहीं कमा पा रहा हूँ, मुझे लॉस हो रहा है, तो वो मार्केट छोड़ भी सकता है. Okay, next feature is selling cost. Now, selling cost is the peculiar feature of monopolistic competition only. ये जो फीचर है वो हमें सिर्फ मोनोपोलिस्टिक कंपटीशन में ही दिखाई देता है. It refers to a cost incurred by a firm to create more demand for its product and thus increase the volume of sales. It includes expenditures on advertisement, radio and television broadcast, hoardings, exhibitions, window display, free gifts, free sample, etc. See, selling cost is the cost which is imposed on the product, hmm, in order to increase the volume of sale. देखो, उनका सेल होने के लिए कंपनी जो खर्चा करती है प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर, उसको हम बोलते हैं सेलिंग कॉस्ट. तो वो अलग अलग तरीके का हो सकता है. एक तो वो सेल्समैन अपॉइंट कर सकते हैं, डिफरेंट स्कीम्स दे सकते हैं, एडवर्टाइज कर सकते हैं टीवी पे, रेडियो पे, न्यूज़पेपर में, ब्रोशर्स बना सकते हैं, फ्री सैंपल्स दे सकते हैं, फ्री गिफ्ट्स दे सकते हैं. सो देयर आर द मेनी वे टू incur the selling cost. And monopolistic competition, sellers generally impose these costs on their products in order to increase the sale, as well as they get the more and more revenue from the sale of the product. Okay, now next feature is close substitute. As we learn in definition which is given by E.H. Chamberlain, he says that in monopolistic competition they are producing close but not exactly perfect substitute to each other, right? So in monopolistic competition, goods have close substitute to each other. For example, different brands of soaps, toothpaste, etc. Now here I took the example of different coconut oils in India, right? There are the many oils can be seen, such as Parachute, Parachute aloe vera, Parachute amla, right? Parachute jasmine, hmm? Then Nihar. There are many more oil producing companies. Hmm? So they are producing the close substitute to each other, right? There are some other example is biscuits, right? We have seen the lots of companies who is producing the biscuit. Britannia, Parle, hmm? Happy, Jim Jam, Namkeen. These are the certain Milano, right? Crackjack. These are the certain biscuits which is produced by the different companies. Okay, maybe it is the Parle, maybe it is the Britannia, right? Then maybe it is the Milano, right? Maybe it is the Priya Gold. So there are the numbers of companies who are producing the not exactly the same product but close substitute to each other. They are all are producing the biscuit only, but there is a slight change in that particular biscuits. Maybe taste wise it is different, maybe it is color wise different, maybe it is shape wise different. Design on that particular biscuit can be different. Some companies are producing cookies, right? So there are the many differentiation made by these companies in order to get more and more profit and in order to increase the demand for their product. So this is one of the feature in monopolistic competition. And the last feature is concept of group. Under monopolistic competition, Chamberlain introduced the concept of group in place of industry. Industry means a numbers of firms producing identical products, but a group means a number of firms producing differentiated products which are closely related. Once again, same point is repeated, but here they are calling them as a group. The producers who are producing a same, not same but close substitute, they are considered in a particular group, not an industry. For example, group of firms producing medicine, automobiles, etc. Right? So these firms are producing medicines. Hmm? We know the group. Group means it is the collective activity of many producers who is in producing a close substitute to each other. Now student, I think everything is clear to you, all the features of monopolistic competition, and from these features we can conclude that monopolistic competition is the market which can be seen, which can be observed, which can be experienced by every person and in our day-to-day life. And hope you understood all the features properly. Okay, now thank you all of you. Wish you all the best for the next study. Thank you so much.